crafty friends, today we are going to make this felt pterodactyl finger puppet. The pattern is in the description below for free, so go ahead and click, print that, grab your craft supplies, and let's get started. The supplies you're going to need to make this felt pterodactyl plushie are as follows. You're going to need some felt, some embroidery floss, which is just kind of thick thread that matches your felt, and I like a little bit of black to make the eye, but you can also use black felt or even a black bead if you have it, scissors, something to trace your pattern with, sewing needle. One of these embroidery floss needles work best that have this big eye right here so it can hold this thicker thread. And then this pattern, again, the pattern is linked in the description below. And we're going to start by cutting out this pattern. And here is the cute little plush we're going to make. You can make it a finger puppet if you want, but the finger puppet part is optional. You can just sew the bottom and not have it kind of be this flappy finger puppet, but I think it's fun. And this tutorial, I am going to make a finger puppet version, but I will also go over the steps you need just to make it just like a plushie that is not a finger puppet. So go ahead, go print your pattern, cut it out, and come on back. So once you have your pattern, you're going to want to line it up on the side of your felt so that you're wasting less of it. So just putting this pattern right in the middle, you want to put it around the side. You're also going to trace it on one side and then flip it and trace the other side. This is just going to make the pattern line up better when we're sewing it together. Also, this square bit is only if you're doing the finger puppet. If you're not doing the finger puppet, don't worry about tracing and cutting this out. If you are doing the finger puppet, do it smarter than I do. Put it right at the corner of your felt, save yourself some cuts. And as you're cutting this out, hold on to those felt scraps. They are awesome for stuffing into your plushie when you're done. You can also use polyfill, which is more like traditional stuffed animal stuffing, and I even use like cut up plastic bags. But I think this like felt scraps is the best. Now we get to start sewing some of the different pieces of our pterodactyl. So to start with, we're going to sew these eyes on each side. To do this, I take some black floss and I line it up at both ends so it's really even or parallel at the end. And then we're just going to do a loop knot right at the end. So curve those strings into a circle and then pull the other side through the bottom of the loop. And I usually use my fingers just to hold that knotted place in place as I'm sliding the knot in so I don't end up with a really long tail string. If you do end up with a long tail string, you can just snip it off at the end. We're going to slide that knot into place and then we're going to start at the back of this fabric or the back of your felt, and you're going to push it forward and then you're going to go back through the felt kind of really close to it, and that's going to give us our first little eye hole. And as I pull it back from the other side, I'm going to put my needle through those two strands and I'm going to pull it tight. That's going to give us a little knot for this eye. But when you look in front, that's a really small eye, and I want my pterodactyl to have a little bit bigger of an eye. So I'm just going to go through a few more times. So I'm going to keep sewing right by where I made that first knot, and I'm just going to try and cross over my black spot, and I think I'm going to do it 2 or 3 times just to make his eye a little bit bigger. Once you have that eye at a good size, you're just going to slide your needle in the back through one of those loops, and then you're going to grab the tail of it and you're just going to wrap it once or twice around the edge of your needle, and then I keep my thumb over it to hold the knot in place. We're just going to trim off the excess, and then you're going to repeat all these steps to sew the eye on the second part of your pterodactyl. So I put my pterodactyl pieces together so that I can see where I need to sew the second eye, because I want the knot to be on the inside of the pterodactyl on both parts. You want them to kind of mirror each other. So as you're sewing the second eye, just make sure the rough part or the starting part of your knot is going to be on the inside of it as well. And this time I'm just doing a single knotted string just because I'm running a little bit low on the sewing floss, but it's the same basic idea. Once you have the eyes on both of them, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our colored floss and we're going to sew on these legs to the back of it, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to do a knot. This time we don't need it to be quite so big. We don't need to cross over multiple times. We are going to sew just a single knot to hold these legs in place before we sew the pterodactyl body together. So for this one I did parallel strings, and then I'm just putting my needle through where the strings come together in the back, so it's knotting it in place, and then I'm going to stick my needle through that loop and pull it over the top of the needle 2 times. This is just like kind of an easy way to double knot it in place. So we're going 1, and hold your thumb on it and pull it through. Trim off your thread and we're great. And we're going to repeat these steps to attach the second foot. Again, as you're doing this, make sure that we're putting the rough part or the starter part of our knots in the same area, so those will all be hidden inside our pterodactyl when we sew it. And this part is only if you're going to do the finger puppet, but you are going to take that square and we're going to do what's called a running stitch, which is, I think, one of the easiest stitches. It's kind of just an in and out as you move down it. So first I'm knotting it off. So I'm pulling one stitch through. I don't have it doubled this time, so I'm just putting my needle through the threads of this embroidery floss. And then I'm just going to go in and out across the top and side of this little square, making a place for my finger. I'm going to leave the bottom open. So I'm going to go across the top and bottom, and then I'll knot it at that bottom corner. And we'll be ready to put that inside the pterodactyl as we're making it. And now the really fun part, we get to start piecing this pterodactyl together. So this time I am doing a single length of thread. I'm not doubling it up at the bottom. I'm just doing one knot right at the bottom of the thread. And I usually do the length from about my fingertips to my shoulder. It's not always enough. So sometimes I'll have to knot off my thread as I go and start a new strand, which is totally okay. Sometimes I find if the thread's longer, it's just too much to manage. I'm going to start by putting my first stitch between these two legs. It just makes it easier to hide the starter stitch. I'm pulling it almost to the end, and then I'm putting my needle through a few strands of this thread. And then I'm going to pull that knot tight down. If it has too big of a tail at the end, you can trim it off or you can push it inside the pterodactyl. And then we're going to do what is called a blanket stitch. Or I guess this case is kind of a simple modified blanket stitch. And we're going to go from where we started all the way to the end of his tail and up his back right to about where we're going to insert the wings. We're going to do this blanket stitch. So it's kind of this nice stitch. Got this line across the top and then the kind of the pull down lines on the back. And the way that you do that is that you're just going to put your needle through both pieces of felt, and then you're going to grab the tail of where it's connected and you're going to put it over the top of the needle. So through both pieces of felt, grab the tail, wrap it over the top of your needle, and then pull the needle through. We're just going to repeat that from here all the way to the tip of the tail and then around the top. So again, needle through both pieces of felt, grab the tail end, wrap it around the top of the needle, and pull it through. We're going to keep doing this blanket stitch all across the bottom of this pterodactyl. We're going to go around the tail and up, and we're going to pause right kind of above where we attach those feet. And we are going to grab our wings. You're going to fold them in half, and then we're going to tuck them into the body of this pterodactyl between our two pieces of felt. And now we are going to do a running stitch again. So if you sewed the finger puppet piece, it's the same stitch as that. If you didn't, this is an even easier stitch than the blanket stitch. It is just an in and out stitch where you go in one side. You're going to want to go through all the pieces of the felt, including the wings. Move your needle a little bit and go back in from the other side, just back and forth all the way, attaching these wings. Once you have the wings attached, we're going to go back to the blanket stitch, and we're going to do the blanket stitch all around his head or his horn, his face, and we're going to stop under the neck because that's when we're going to start stuffing our felt into him, or your plush filler or your bags, like whatever you're using as filler. We're going to start doing it after you have blanket stitched to the end of the neck. And again, you can see right here that my felt's a little bit misaligned. Felt's pretty forgiving. So if you find that your pieces are not lined up exactly, take a minute, push them back together, and make sure your edges are lined together. When we fill it up with some of this polyfiller or this felt, it will matter less that they're not perfectly aligned while we're sewing, but you are going to want your edges together. Having your edges closer together is going to make your finished piece just look a little bit nicer. Finish stitching the face, including kind of right around the bottom of it. We're going to grab, for me, I'm going to grab my felt scraps. If you're using other filler, grab some other filler, and I'm cutting these up just a little smaller. And you're going to start stuffing the furthest away pieces first. So we're going to do the edge of the tail and the nose and kind of this tip of his horn. So grab your little pieces and start pushing it in with your fingers. Try and wedge it as far back as you can into the tail and into the face. And if you have a hard time reaching, grab something to help you push it. So I'll use a marker, sometimes I'll use the tip of my scissors, and just wedge it up even a little further than your fingers can reach. Fill it until his face is almost full. If you are doing the finger puppet, don't fill up his belly because we're going to use that for our finger puppet square. If you are not doing the finger puppet, fill that belly, get the whole thing full to as plush as you like it. If you are not doing the finger puppet, you're just going to continue the blanket stitch from the neck all the way back to where we started. You're going to tie it off at the end. If you are doing the finger puppet, you're going to stick it on your finger and you're going to have to poke it in here pretty hard, and it will even out once we have it sewn. So it's all right if it doesn't fit super well. But what we're going to do is this opening from neck to tail, instead of sewing it shut, we are going to sew it around this opening edge of our finger puppet, or where you put your finger. We're kind of going to sew a circle around it. And we're going to continue doing it with the blanket stitch. So we're going to start right under its neck, and then you're going to find the edge of where that finger puppet hole is, and we're just going to line it up, and then we're going to do a slow blanket stitch all the way around. And this is a good time, just keep wedging your finger in there. You're going to have to move things around. The felt is pretty forgiving, so even if it doesn't feel perfect now, it will stretch out and fit later. The most important part is just to have the edges of where this finger puppet insert is line up with the edges of your pterodactyl. And this time, instead of going all the way through both sides of your felt, you're going to go through the front piece of your pterodactyl felt, and that second piece is going to be your finger puppet insert. And we're pulling the blanket stitch, and just go slow, go all around. It is a little bit crowned doing this, so it is a trickier stitch, but I think it makes a really cool and really fun plush thing at the end. As you're sewing along, when you get to this spot at the end between his legs, just make sure you get your initial stitch or your starter stitch pulled into this blanket stitch or cross over it. It just makes it have a more finished look when this plushie is done. And as I sew it, I just do my best to make sure the edges are lined up and don't really worry about the rest. So we're going to continue this blanket stitch all the way until we're back under the pterodactyl's neck where we first started inserting this finger hold. And once we get there, we're going to go through the initial two pieces of the pterodactyl. So it's like front and back body panel. And we're going to do a double loop knot to tie off our finishing thread. So again, that's when you poke the needle through and you just wrap the trailing thread around the top of the needle 2 times, and then I just hold it in place with my fingers as I pull it through. And then we're going to trim off the tail, and you're going to wiggle your finger back into that pterodactyl finger puppet hole, and you should be good to go. If you like this or you're interested in more easy and fun felt follow along sewing tutorials, be sure to like, follow along, and come back next week for another tutorial. Look how cute and fun they are. Thank you so much for sewing along with me.